Another thing that, of course, you spoke on last time was, and at the time it happened, was a slap by Will Smith to Chris Rock. We spoke on it.
Something else that obviously you talked on last time was, and at the time it happened, was a slap by Will Smith to Chris Rock. We talked on it, yet from that point forward, Jay Pinker has composed a book, where she uncovers that on numerous occasions she attempted to commit sue, no doubt, not saying precisely exact thing. The explanation was, I don't have any idea why she continues to attempt. She simply make it happen. Don't be awful at everything. He was okay entertainer. You horrendous spouse, you terrible mother, who realized that your better half was getting things done to young men and stuff to your child. And you ain't do about Panther Right is back on the scene working up a tempest and dropping stunners about an alleged collusion between Will Smith and Diddy. Tales about these two having more than a manly relationship have been whirling for a long time, yet as per Puma, it goes way more profound than we at any point envisioned. Clutch your caps, 'cause here's where it gets wild. Puma guarantees that Will and Diddy weren't getting comfortable without anyone else. They purportedly had some young men in the blend as well. And yes, you heard that right, including Will's own child, Jaden. Now, assuming that you've been following the Smith family adventure, you realize things among Will and Jaden have forever been convoluted, yet as per Puma, this is only a hint of something larger. Her new meeting spilled all the tea about Will, Diddy, and Jaden. And let me let you know, it has everybody severely impacted. Jaden is additionally assuming command over the circumstance, and it appears as though he's losing touch with reality over how gravely he was treated by Diddy, and he is prepared to spill the tea on this. So we should stall tea down every one of these industry individuals. Realize that Diddy been behaving this way and doing this and attempt to draw in different men into sexual demonstrations. With him, there was story that he was attempting to Chris earthy colored. There's anecdotes about, those what was those of those young men that he had a gathering B5 or something to that effect, attempting to get them. It's a ton of stories. This circumvents in this industry, young lady. When Feline Williams said that 2024 would be the year that a ton of things would be uncovered, he was not lying. Since the year began, there has been an endless series of crazy shows. And we aren't even partially, as the year progressed at this point. We felt that we had heard the remainder of the Diddy show after he was struck by country security, and his contraptions were held onto it. Has been a hot moment since that occurred. And we believed that we had heard each and every piece of the tea on Diddy, and that there was nothing more about the circumstance that could stun us. Well, that was until Panther Right dropped a significant sensation 2 or 3 days prior and uncovered Will Smith for purportedly pimping his child Jaden out to Judah. Pinker has composed a book, where she uncovers that on different occasions she attempted to commit sued. Better believe it, not saying precisely exact thing. The explanation was, I don't have the foggiest idea why she continues to attempt. She make it happen. Don't be terrible at everything. You was an oak entertainer, you awful wife, you awful mother, who realized that your significant other was getting things done to young men and stuff to your child. And you ain't do about it, yet let me know. Music. All that they're there, their old buddy, who yet let me know. Jaden, you let me know that you realized Will was in your seat, as he asked why he avoided that with regards to his teak meeting. Definitely in that interview, he said a ton. He said everything except what was critical, that he realized that Will Smith, Jaden, he's sharing plants. And you realize, given the new charges against Diddy, it's not precisely stunning that he would do this. Yet the prospect of Will doing this to his own kid is insane given Diddy and Will's set of experiences. Perhaps we ought not be so shocked. So you realize how reports love to twirl right well. There's been this buzz in the air recommending that Will Smith and Diddy may very well be more than pals. A couple of people have dropped hints murmuring regarding some covert activity between the two. Currently, hold up before you bounce in with yet. Will's been hitched like perpetually. No doubt he's been with Jada Pinkett Smith for a decent 25 years yet. How about we keep it genuine here? Ain't no one tossing conceal at Jada. Except for we've all seen the show and their relationship transport. They've even spilled the actual tea, letting it outspin one rough ride. We ride together. We got together. Terrible marriage for life. Even Jada herself has conceded that she never needed to wed Will, and she cried on her big day. Since her mother constrained her to wed, Will I truly didn't have any desire to get hitched yet. We just got hitched in light of the fact that unpleasant was crying was under such a lot of strain, being a youthful entertainer, being I resembled pregnant. I was very much as I didn't have the foggiest idea what to do yet. I just realized I was like I never needed to be hitched, you got to concede. There's been some truly eyebrow-bringing stuff going down up in Will. And Jada's affection adventure that has got individuals believing it's all only a front for some swinging activity. I imply that entire snare adventure resembled something out of a drama. And afterward there's the tea about Jada just saying I do to Will 'cause Tupac or love was unfortunately taken from us. It's like they sunk into this marriage plan. And presently they're adhering to it regardless of what we should not disregard, Will's sort of abnormal communications with his child Jaden. It's like he's attempting to compel this fondness going in for those lip-smacking kisses in any event. When Jaden's plainly not feeling it, that move raised in excess of a couple of eyebrows, starting some serious babble about Will's energy on the DL wow. This is applause ludicrous have emerged to uncover Will for being gay. Alexis Arcade was quite possibly the earliest individual to call him out, saying when Jada emerges as gay in her facial hair husband concedes his most memorable marriage finished, which he strolled into him, adjusting his friendly benefactor Benny Medina. Then I will pay attention to them, she being his most memorable wife. Took care of quiet then, there's the way that Will was accepted to be in a mysterious relationship with Dwayne Martin, despite the fact that the two of them demanded that they were only companions. As a matter of fact, Will was uncovered for purportedly paying Dwayne $2 million to keep quiet. And you realize who implied that Will and Dwayne were in a sedation transport, Dwayne's ex Tisha Campbell. In the event that you didn't know, both Will and Dwayne would go on a few excursions together that included outings to Sin City, Las Vegas, Miami, and surprisingly, a confidential voyage in Trinidad. Tisha distributed an Instagram post with a picture that read reality generally turns out in the end, regardless of how enthusiastically anybody attempts to conceal it. As per adherence, the post was presumably about the relationship, and she offered it when she composed the name Will in covers in the remarks. And you're correct, they will lie till the end. The genuine kicky-as individuals will quit accepting them. That is not all on the grounds that Trisha Paytas has additionally made some unsettling charges about Will demanding that he constrained a portion of her male artists to do the frightful with him. What about stress over? __, swindling husband. __. Male artists, when they would have rather not. What about discuss that gracious hug yourself for this one? There's some succulent tattle drifting around about Will Smith being in some sort of all-around. We should call it a situationship with. In all honesty, Diddy now these two go way back, they've been tight for a very long time, yet murmurs in the grape plant propose there may be something else entirely to their manly relationship. And we should discuss Diddy briefly, assuming there's anybody in Hollywood who's needed to manage a load of gay bits of gossip. It's him genuinely. Those murmurs regarding Diddy being hushed they've been getting out and about for a really long time. Honey, recollect Wendy Williams. Harking back to the 9, she spilled the tea on Diddy. And let me let you know it shook the entire scene. However, at that point things got chaotic. Wendy wound up getting the boot from her radio gig, not long in the wake of dropping that stunner. Now, she never directly pointed fingers at Diddy, yet you know how the tattle plant functions. Everybody was side